right, more secrets, more secrets. Welcome back to Life Insurance Secrets Revealed by Verified Advisor Javaughn Spencer. More popular secret that's been around for the beginning of time. It seems like people are just getting hip to it, and these are tax-free retirement accounts. You see the IUL there, their index universal life policies are one of the vehicles that's being used. It's starting to be more publicized. Let's get into it. There's a lot to dissect, but I'm here to share with you what they don't want you to know about. Tax-free retirement accounts, the IUL, Index Universal Life Policies, are ideal for families that, if you want a tax-free alternative to an employer retirement plan. So say you have a 401k, you know that's going to be taxed when you get ready to access those funds. So you know you're going to have an income gap, which is the next one, a tax-free retirement plan to bridge that income gap. We know we're going to get taxed on the money that we're putting into our retirement. So you want to start being proactive in that. So be proactive with it and start IUL. You start an index universal life policy because that money is going to be there accessible way before 59 and a half. If you're younger, you don't have to wait for it at all. Another thing, you have access to it. It's not taxed at all. That's another perk. And as you see, the third option, it's ideal for families that want growth without exposure to the market. Hopefully, you know your 401k is exposed to the market. So it goes up and down, sometimes down. With the IULs, there are no ups and downs. If it's down, it stops before any loss can take place. When it's up, you participate. When it's down, you don't participate in the down. The insurance company does. Again, who am I? My wife and I, Bridget and Javaughn Spencer, we're verified advisors. We live in beautiful Beaufort, South Carolina with our two sons, Darian and Brendan Spencer, and grateful to do so. I love this here, again, identifying myself. I love this power statement. I protect and preserve retirement accounts by helping you grow your wealth outside of the stock market. And you have my national producer number, my direct line. We will turn your retirement account into a guaranteed check for life. Major secret, you do not have to risk your retirement in the stock market, AKA 401k, AKA 403b, AKA TSP, or whatever they come out with that you're going to be taxed with later in life. Here are a few carriers that I represent. My wife and I own our insurance brokerage. We help families in 48 states all around the country. My job is to protect your family, protect your income, protect you from market risk, protect you from taxes, and protect you from running out of money during retirement. How does this work? I like to call these accounts the tax-free secure retirement account. And why is that? It's taking advantage of IRS code section 7702. It's being able to overfund a life insurance policy. That's really what the government allowed us to do. Section 7702, it allows you to put a bunch of money in a life insurance policy and pull out the money tax-free. So this is really how it looks. You're paying one premium payment. We learned what premium payments are. You're paying the monthly premium payment. It's going into my policy. But with an IUL, it's doing two things. It's going in two different directions. It's going into the tax-free death benefit bucket, and also it's going into the tax-free retirement income bucket. So that's the overfunding. If you wanted to just have a life insurance policy for the tax-free death benefit, that would be another policy. But the IUL allows you to put extra money in so that you can pull that money back out. And as long as it's structured properly and you have the right amount of death benefit to justify the retirement income you want, you are legally able to do so. So what's an IUL? I love this because it says an IUL is like a Roth IRA married to a life insurance policy. And that's me and Bridget on our wedding day. We look totally different now, but that was over 12 years ago. And it's a form of permanent life insurance, and your money grows guaranteed. That's the other secret. You don't have to risk your retirement like a casino gambler just to get ahead. There are safe vehicles out there that you can qualify for. Let's go over the two components of an IUL. again, the first component is the life insurance policy. The life insurance policy protects you from death, illness, heart attack, cancer, stroke, kidney failure, blindness, and accidents, accidental death, and a bunch of other things that it can, depending on which carrier you're approved with. So that's the life insurance side. This is the side that most people don't think about during their retirement time, during their retirement savings, because we can say, I can feel great today and say, I'm going to save $1 million for my retirement. And then I get sick and I can't save 2 pennies to rub together. All the intention in the world is there, but if health occurs, if health and life happens, do I want to be stuck depending on the government for my retirement? And the part 2 of the IUL is the tax-free cash accumulation account, the tax-free account, the cash value, the build-up. I'm trying to think of all the different terminologies that agents bring this up and call it. The tax-free secure account, the cash value, like all those things are the same thing, however you understand it. But this account protects you from taxes, protects you from creditors, protects you from the stock market losing any money on the stock market. Like I said earlier, when the market goes up, your money grows. If the market goes down, your money remains the same, so you never lose it, which is very, very key. There's not many vehicles out there that allow you to participate in the up and none of the down. So my question for you, put into the chat, do you think taxes are going up, going down, or staying the same in the future? Let's throw it in the chat, because we just lived through COVID. We lived through government bailouts. We've even lived through 3 stimulus checks. And now we're still living through inflation. Where is this money coming from? Where is it coming from? It's coming from our taxes. No matter who says what, it's coming some way, shape, or form for our taxes. Now, do you want your retirement to be attached to that? Because that's what your 401k is a future payout for the government. Why do I say that? You can't touch it until you're 59 and a half without being penalized. We don't know what the tax rates will be at that time. Now you're dependent on whatever the tax rates are going to be in the future. And we've lived through COVID, we lived through bailouts, we lived through stimulus checks, we're living through inflation. Do you want your retirement to be the bill payer? Boom, you are correct. Taxes have to go up. There's no way possible. Taxes have to go up, and according to reports right now, big secret, if you go on their website, you can see Social Security is expected to go down so it doesn't bankrupt. So we know Social Security is going down. We know taxes are going up. Who's going to foot that bill? We don't want it to be you. So I love this analogy. Do you want to pay taxes? We have to pay taxes on something, but do you want to pay taxes on the seed? Do you want to pay taxes on $10? Or do you want to wait until the seed goes full harvest and pay taxes on $10,000? Would you like to pay taxes on the seed or the harvest? Do you want to pay taxes now that you know what the tax rate is, and then you put your money into a vehicle that when it blossoms, you don't have to pay taxes on it ever again? Or would you like to wait? And that's what your 401k, 403b is, waiting. You're putting your money in tax deferred, kicking the can down the road so that when you are 59 and a half or 65 or whatever age you are that you want to retire, then you say, oh, what's my taxes? What's my tax rate now? As we work through, you might have a mortgage, you might have dependents in the home that's helping with those deductions. Those are typically gone when you're older. If you're 65 and you right now have dependents now, they'll be grown. You can't claim them on any taxes or anything, any credits or anything down the line. Yes, I always say it's better to pay taxes on the seed versus the harvest so that you can have a retirement without taxes. So at this point, I know you're like, man, they have never told me this. I know. That's why we are here. Life Insurance Secrets Revealed. That's why we are here. Let's go over the difference side by side between the 401k, the 403b, the 457, the TSP, and all those employer-driven accounts and employer-referred accounts versus the IUL. So let's go. First thing, death benefit. The death benefit. So does the 401k have a death benefit? If I pass away, what do I get? If you pass away, and let's just say you have $50,000 in your 401k, your family will get $50,000 minus the taxes that were not paid on that account yet. They're going to get less the taxes. Someone has to pay it. If you had $50,000 in your IUL and you passed away, you're probably going to have over $200,000 as a death benefit because you have life insurance attached to that policy, to that account. You can have $50,000 cash, but your death benefit is what's going to be paid out in addition to the cash that's in there, depending on how it's structured. We structure it to where you get both. Some people structure it to where you get at least the death benefit, but it's always going to be higher than your cash value. Next, market risk. The 401k retirement dips when the market dips. Your accounts dip. Your 529 plans, that anything that's in the market, when the market goes down, you take a hit. When the market goes down with the IUL, nothing, there's no dip, there's no reduction, there's no losses that's taking place. Your retirement at least stays where it is. Taxes, over and over. The 401k, you're subjected to taxes. The IUL, once you learn how to access the money, you pull it out as loans, it remains tax-free. Why? Because we are not taxed on loans in this country. Now, 401ks, protection against running out of money. If you have $100,000 in your 401k and after taxes, when that money goes, that money goes. With the IUL, you can put on a guaranteed income rider based on the money in your account. The insurance company does a figuring for you and can show you how much money you can have every year for the rest of your life without running out of money. And it does not matter if the account gets to zero, they're obligating that monthly annual payment is yours every single year as long as you're alive. That's the protection against money. So these are things that you need to know that you may not know. I'm glad you're here to learn about. So question in the chat, on a scale of 1 to 5, how concerned are you about running out of money while in retirement? What does that feel like? What does that uncertainty feel like? Are you well prepared or not prepared? These are the questions that you have to answer and ask yourself. Insurance has come a long way. Early on, when insurance was released, you heard of whole life. I like gaming. I used to be into games, really one game, but I would fall in the gamer category. And back in the day, I never played one, but Atari was popular. That's your whole life. That's your basic whole life. We're going to be entertained. Now, Term came out. A little bit better graphics with the Super Nintendo. Term came out. Was like, I can get way more coverage. What those developments are, please go check the living benefits chapter if you're unfamiliar with these terms, or check out the life insurance keywords chapter if you're unfamiliar with this terminology. But Term came out. Well, then Term with living benefits came out, and we got memory cards and everything. The IUL, ladies and gentlemen, is like a PlayStation 5. You can do Blu-ray. It's like the Swiss Army knife of life insurance. It has something for everything. Something for everything, everyone, literally. I want you to understand, one insurance product does not fit everything. And you might have need for whole life. You might have a need for term, might have a need for term with living benefits. And depending on how you want to leverage your IUL, you may have a need for that as well. At this point, I know what you're thinking. You're sitting back, blown away, think this is too good to be true. I'm going into the basics of what you should know and what they don't want you to know about life insurance. But if an IUL seemed like it might be a good fit for you, what I'd love for you to do is let's schedule a time and let's go over what can be in your plan, and you can see your own numbers free of charge. You can see what your retirement will look like in the future. We're going over what do you want in your plan. Let's start at the bottom, death benefit. That means when you pass away, the death benefit pays out. Do you want tax-free income growth? Do you want to have access to your money tax-free that's growing within the policy? Would you like to have the lifetime income rider, which gives you a guaranteed check until you die? You hear the term private pension, a private pension that's not attached to an employer, not attached to a government. Accidental death. Do you want protection that pays your family extra if you passed away from a car accident, murder, slip and fall, any type of non-health related deaths? Do you want terminal illness in your policy where it pays if you were diagnosed with having 12 months or less to live? Would you like chronic illness in your plan if you're unable to bathe yourself, dress yourself, feed yourself, hold your stool or walk? If you're unable to do 2 or more of those ADLs for 90 days or longer, well then you can access your death benefit up front. Critical illness. This is if you had a heart attack, developed cancer, had a stroke, kidney failure, things that don't necessarily kill you right then and there, but it will slow you down, slows down your ability to create an income. Would you like that in your plan? And we always put children's college plans or children's policies, protect the little ones. You could put all of this on your child and prepare them for retirement, prepare them for school, prepare them for a future business. You can do everything I just showed you and protect your kids and give them that extra step up in life, guaranteed. Again, hop on my calendar. My name is Javaughn Spencer. Hopefully you've picked up what I'm putting down, and if we can help, please let me know. Have a good one.